because they wanted to get to me. So what do? They couldn't extradite him because of our laws here, but they go in and they make some kind of deal with Noriega or whoever it is, and they go in the middle of the night into Panama. They break the door down in his house. They pull him out, put him on a jet plane, and bring him over to Florida and lock him up. Well, that was that, right? That's the U.S. government. They can do that. No sooner than they get him in the cell, and I was told this later on by an FBI agent, they put him in that cell and he sees that cot, it's about maybe 2 feet wide, and he looks at it and realizing his size, he knows he can't even sleep on that. He turns around and he says, "I'll tell you whatever you want to know about Michael." That's all it took for him to see the cot that he couldn't lay on. And anyway, he starts to become an informant on me. And that's when, my situation with the Eastern District of New York, the feds, they were preparing this racketeering indictment, and now they had this star witness against me in the gasoline business because we put the scheme together. So things start to move on. I get indicted, yes, on the case. And prior to that, his son had come to me and told me, my father really doesn't want to do this, and his father had a plan. He was going to appear in the courthouse in the Eastern District of New York in Brooklyn, and he said, "My father wants you to break him out. There's only going to be 2 or 3 marshals around him. He's going to set the whole thing up, and he wants you to capture him or, to kill the marshals, do whatever you have to do, put this guy in a car and get him out of there, and he won't testify." Well, I told his son very politely, I said, "Your father has lost his mind. He's either smoking something or he's losing his mind. That's not going to happen. We're not breaking him out of anywhere. Let him do what he's got to do. I'll fight him in court if that's the thing that he wants to make." And I'll tell you the truth, I was upset by it because he and I were very close. We never really had a disagreement in 7 or 8 years. We made millions of dollars together, and I mean millions. There was a point in time when we were grossing into our operation, between $7 and $8 million a week. We were selling 500 million gallons of gas a month, and we were taking down 30 to 40 cents a gallon, whatever the market would bear at that time. That was the tax on every gallon of gasoline. Between state, federal, and local, it was almost 40 cents a gallon.